Yo, it's Heritage Beats, and welcome back to the Beat Breakdown. I wanted to share with you 3 quick mixing and mastering secrets that can give you an unfair advantage as an artist and give you the mixing outcome you desire in your song. If you're looking to improve your quality of mix and to learn the secrets of mixing and mastering vocals, then you definitely want to stick to the end of this video. And also, I'll be announcing the top 3 placements of the King's Crown Award. Also, I want to apologize for the delay of posting this video. I've been working on a new 2021 bundle of beats for y'all. And I promise, yes, promise, to announce the winner of the King's Crown Award next week to get you your free bundle of choice. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this beat breakdown. So, for this beat breakdown, I wanted to do something a little bit different just to prove to artists that these secrets can be applied to any song. So I actually sampled some anime, and the lyrics are in Japanese, and the song I sampled was Attack on Titan Season 4. I don't know if y'all into anime, but yeah. So I hope you enjoy. So with that being said, let's get into it. So there are 3 main tips that can give you an unfair advantage as an artist concerning mixing and mastering your vocals. So I'll be showing you how to get your song sounding like this. So the first thing we want to dive in is the EQ. So parametric EQ is pretty much a plugin that you can cut out the lows, highs, and mids, and pretty much any unwanted frequencies or sounds coming out in your song. So let me pull up parametric EQ really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let's get into parametric EQ. So if you can hear, there's if you can hear, it sounds a little scratchy. It has a lot of bass and a lot of unwanted frequency in the vocals. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take that out. So first thing you want to start off when you're in the EQ, so once you pull up the EQ, the first step you really want to do is called sweeping. And the sweeping, you can pretty much take out any unwanted frequencies, cut out the lows, mids, and highs out of the mix or out of the song. So the first thing I'm going to be cutting out is that unwanted bass. If you can hear all that bass. So the first thing you want to do is bring this down. I'm going to bring it all the way down to cut it out, and you're going to pretty much tighten that all the way and drag it. So pretty much so when you're starting off to cut off the bass, you want to start off all the way at the end so you can really hear the difference in sound, and you'll slowly cut it back out to adjust it to where you want it to be. And you want to slowly adjust it back to where you want it to be. So for example, you can hear the bass right now. I'm going to cut it back. And that's too much cut out, so I'm going to go ahead and push it back. See, the bass is gone. Step 2. So step 2, alright, so continuing in step 2, we're going to start to cut out unwanted frequencies. So as you can see, I know you hear that. So you raise it all the way to the top so you can find and hear the difference. So pretty much in sweeping, you want to bring the volume all the way to the top so you can hear so you can hear all the impurities. So right when you find where it's too much, you bring it down you bring it down to cut it out. So there goes that unwanted frequency. So we're going to start to move it around the mids. I know you hear that. You bring it all the way to the top to bring it out, and then you find where it's too much or where all the unwanted frequency is sitting at, and then you turn it down and take it out. Same thing. Now we're going to start to move up through the mids, and we're going to start to reach the highs. Hear that high pitch, that ringy high pitch. Cut that out. Bring it down. Same thing here. Sounds a little scratchy right here. I'm gonna cut that out. And also a little, and the same thing we're gonna do for high. And we're gonna also do the same thing for the highs. Actually, for the high, you're gonna swing it around the right and cut out any unwanted frequency from the highs. See, that's too much. So you want to go back. But actually, in this case, you want to bring out the vocals. So in this case, we're going to bring it up a little bit to give it that wispy sound, airy. So I'm gonna turn this button off so you can hear the difference again from what we started off with. As you can hear all that bass in there. And here's with all the unwanted frequencies, the lows, mids, and highs cut out. There's nothing getting away. There's nothing getting in the way of the beat. And I still feel like there's still some more bass in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut some more out. I went back to the highs because there's still some screechiness in this high right here. I know you can hear that. Go ahead and cut that out. Same thing for here. It's a lot of feedback. High pitch feedback. Cut that out. I brought this up to bring out the vocals. So that's step 2. That is the step of sweeping, cutting out your lows, mids, highs, and any unwanted frequency. So the next step is, you want to add effects so you can start mixing the vocals to your desired outcome. And there's a reason why I say desired outcome. I say this because a lot of people think there's one specific way to get your vocals radio ready, but professional engineers always have a mix in mind or a sense of mixing direction before they even start applying the steps. So what I mean by that is, sometimes some people like more of a reverb mix to sound more spacey or airy, and some people like to add distortion and other different effects. And that's why, as an engineer or as a person who's mixing their own vocals, you want to have in mind where you want your vocals to be, how exactly you want your song to sound. So for example, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So as you can tell, this song, if you listen to it, is real dark and distorted. Let me show you. So as you can tell, it sounds really dark. So I kind of want to complement the vocals to the type of the beat. And what I mean is I want to make the vocals sound a little distorted, not too much, but I want it to match the beat. You don't want to make a distorted trap or dark song and throw, you know, airy space magical type vocals onto it. You kind of want to match the type. You kind of want to match the type of song that you're mixing. So, for example, so there's many other ways you can do that, but for me, there's a VST that I use called Arcade, and it's made by Output. Shout out to Arcade, or shout out to Output. A lot of producers, a lot of vocal engineers, and sound designers use this program. So pretty much with this, you can mess with the vocals, the range, and throw effects, reverb, distortion, and all different type of things on there. And if you don't have money to pay for Arcade Output, some simple basic reverb or any other distortion plugins can also do. So in this case, let me pull up Arcade. So if you listen to the vocals, it sounds cool, but it still needs some effects. It's pretty dry. It's missing some effects. So pretty much I'm gonna pretty much throw some effects. In this case, I'm gonna throw some reverb to give it some space. And then again, I'm going to show you what it sounds like without it. I'm going to turn it up. That's too much, so I'm going to turn it down. And that's some effects on there. So now let's start to see what it sounds like on the beat. You see how it's really sounded better? It's sounding more radio ready. So I'm going to go back to it and tweak it a little bit, turn it down. So the last secret I have for you So far, we went through the sweeping secret, so first I showed you the EQ secret, and then step 2, I showed you the sweeping secret, and now for step 3, add effects to mix your vocals to your desired outcome. Lastly, you want to go back to the vocals and touch up the sound and adjust the volumes to make sure everything is sitting where you want to be. And the last secret I really want to tell you is when you mix and master, you don't want to make sure you're only mixing on a stereo or only your headphones. You want to get a bass line to really figure out where your vocals and mix is sitting at. You want to start off mixing from your stereo and switch back and forth from your speakers, from your computer and your headset to make sure, because sometimes it'll give you an inaccurate read. Sometimes you have some really bass boosted speakers, and then you'll think that your bass is low, but it's actually too high. And other different type of scenarios. So last secret is to make sure you listen to your mix in your headphones, through the speaker of your computer, and through your regular speakers to get a good bass line. With that being said, those are 3 quick mixing and mastering secrets that can give you an unfair advantage as an artist and to give you the mixing outcome you desire in this song. So, I just want to recap what I showed you. First is the EQ secret. 2 is the sweeping secret, and 3 is to add effects to mix and master your song to desired outcome. And lastly, just get a bass line in your headphones, speaker, and your computer speakers. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight on mixing and mastering your own vocals, so you won't have to pay someone else to engineer or pay someone else to mix and master your vocals. Honestly, I understand we're living in 2021. We need to start being more resourceful so you can, if you don't have the money, you can do it yourself. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this music review, and I will be announcing the top 3 placements of the King's Crown Award. Also, I want to thank you all for your submissions and sticking with me this long, and I promise to give you more content, more insight, to produce your own beats and mix and master your own vocals. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's dive into this music review. And before I get into it, I just wanted to refresh your memory on what the top 3 placements sound like. So just to refresh your memory, I wanted to remind you of what our top 3 placements sound like, because next week I will be announcing the winner of the King's Crown Award, and the winner will get their free bundle of choice. So with that being said, let's refresh your memories. So, the top 3 placements we have currently is Quandez, Bill Bowers, Reckless, and I have one more spot saved for this session's review, and next week I'll be announcing the King's Crown Award. So Quandez and the Bill Bowers, their submission was Stay Solid, and this is what it sounds like.
Stay solid. Don't switch up on your new. Everywhere you go, they come with you. Gotta keep the gang in the picture. Stay solid. Yeah, I treat them boy like brothers. Touchdown cause trouble. Crow gang go for.
So that was Stay Solid by Quandez and Bill Bowers. As you remember, they set the bar pretty high, I feel like, for our first couple of reviews for the session. So yeah, of course I had to give them a placement in the top 3. Second up, we have Reckless. So the next song that placed in the top 3 was Reckless, and his song was No Surrender. So this is what it sounded like.
fell down. I was raised to pick myself back up. Handle business so low. In the end, ain't nobody for backup. Back up, pencil the math. The hands of time take blind. Nobody make it out alive. They don't know. They ain't here to live.
Okay, that was Reckless, No Surrender. And I gave him a placement because I feel like his flow and his delivery was pretty precise. Also, I have one more placement or one more song for this current review. And next week I'll be announcing the top placement or the winner of the King's Crown Award. Alright, so let's get back up to speed with our current music review. Alright, so this week we got Magic, and the song he has, or his song is You Know Me Well. So let's check it out. Let's go ahead and check him out. And that is 60 seconds right there. Okay, Magic, I feel like that was pretty dope. Number one, my best critique for that song is I feel like it was pretty clean, number one. The song is overall really clean. So, for the beat, I'm going to give it an 8. I feel like the beat was solid. 2, for the lyrics, I'm going to give it an 8. I feel like your lyrics were pretty dope and matched the beat and it matched the flow of the song. And 3, I'm going to give you an 8 on delivery because I feel like your flow was, you had a decent flow on the beat and matched the lyrics. So overall, I'm going to give you an 8. I feel like that song was pretty dope. So that was Magic. Go ahead and check him out. That's M-A-G-I-K. That's my little cat. For music submission number 2 for today, we have Bo Clinton. And the song is Talking About. So his Facebook is at Bo Clinton. And his Instagram is at Clinton Grapher. So go ahead, check him out. Let's go ahead and get into this review.
Yeah. Shit. Hey, I got 5 foot in the house, man. Oh, it's Bo Clinton. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about, yeah. Look, talk about money, yeah. I'm talking about life, yeah. People be dying, yeah. Just to survive, yeah. I'm talking about money, yeah. I'm talking about life, yeah. Cause people be dying, yeah. So we gotta be wise, yeah.
And that's 60 seconds right there. Okay, I feel like that was pretty cool, Bo Clinton. So overall, number one, I feel like the beat was dope, so I'm going to give the beat a 9. So for 2, the lyrics, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 because I feel like it had a good message. It was pretty clear on this message. Your lyrics were encouraging and enlightening, so I'm going to go ahead and give your lyrics an 8. And for your flow, I'm going to also give it an 8 because I understand exactly what you're saying. And I feel like the mixing was actually cool too on the song. So overall, I'm going to give you an 8.5. And that's Bo Clinton Talking About. Go ahead and check him out on Instagram at Clinton Grapher, Facebook Bo Clinton Udu, and Twitter at Bo Clinton. So that's submission number 2. So let's go ahead and get into number 3. So next up we got 5 Fingers and Proposition Joe. Their song is Rattled, so let's go ahead and check them out.
No immunities Immunities don't matter. Keep the focus on that person when they feeling rattled. Keep the warning of the rattler. Scared the person's gonna put that deadly venom in you. No immunities don't matter. Keep the focus on that person when they feeling rattled.
Like a coon in the corner, unpredictabilities, an issue, mental agilities, homing on disabilities. You're fucked, you benefits, the doubt's what you finna get. Thinking that they holding you down, and that's the end of it. Fear is a fickle beast, infiltrates the trick streets, following their pickled eats and curls them up like tickle feet. It's those that act the hardest, usually be the first to flip. Sacrifice those close to hit, then hide it with no snitching split. In the vice grips, close watch the homies, cause the act they putting on you switches up when they get lonely. Thinking better than me.
And that's 60 seconds right there. Overall, for this song, for the beat, I'm gonna give it an 8. I feel like that bass was knocking. For the lyrics, I'm gonna give it a 7. I feel like it was cool. I feel like you keep that old school flow alive. So keep doing what you're doing. And delivery, I'm gonna give you an 8 because I feel like you're a good rapper. I like the flow and the consistency of your lyrics. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an 8. So that sums up the top 3 placements. So I told you that I have one more spot saved for the top 3 placements for this current session. And from the last 3 songs that I just heard, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Magic because I feel like his flow, number one, the song was clean. I feel like his flow was decent and the beat was cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and give placement number 3 to Magic, and his song was You Know Me. You can check him out on YouTube, Magic, Magik. And there you have it. I've announced the top 3 placements, which is Quandez and the Bill Bowers, and their song was Stay Solid. Also, we have Reckless, No Surrender, and we got Magic, You Know Me Well. So that's our top 3. So by next week, I'll have my decision on the winner of the King's Crown Award, and by next week I'll announce the winner, and the winner of the King's Crown Award will get a free bundle of choice, whether it's the 50 Lo-Fi bundle, the Heritage Platinum Circle of Beats, or the 100 Beat Heritage bundle. So also, I'll be having a new bundle releasing shortly. I'll announce all the details soon, but just keep a lookout. With that being said, that should conclude this beat breakdown and this music review. Next week, I'll be announcing the winners of the King's Crown Award. I hope you gained some insight on the 3 quick mixing and mastering secrets to give artists the unfair advantage in 2021. So I hope these 3 mixing and mastering secrets gave you some insight that will help give you an unfair advantage as an artist in 2021. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this beat breakdown. Look out for next week. I'll be announcing the King's Crown Award. Also, I want to thank you for all of your submissions and your patience. And I appreciate all the love and all the appreciation from you guys. And also, I hope you enjoyed that Attack on Titan sample. Just to let you know, if you're interested in anime, I just posted an anime sampled album called Anime Nostalgia. I sampled some well-known animes like Attack on Titan, Naruto, Boruto, Kiznaiver, Demon Slayer, and a couple of others. So if you're interested in anime, go ahead and check that album out. It's on Spotify, all streaming platforms. I appreciate the love in advance. So with that being said, this is Heritage Beats signing out. Go.